I'm going to use Maslow's Hierarchy of Needs and basic economic theory to show you why gaming addiction is one of the most insidious and destructive addictions of them all, not just to individuals, but to society as a whole. Now, when it comes to assessing the damage associated with an addiction, most people will tend to look at the direct costs associated with the addiction, such as how smoking increases one's risk of lung cancer, or how alcohol can lead to cirrhosis of the liver. However, gaming addiction is not associated with any dramatic direct costs, like seizures or blindness, so it can seem somewhat harmless, and therefore slip under the radar, so to speak. Economists, however, tend to look at the opportunity costs associated with the choices that we make. This is where we look at the next best opportunity that somebody gives up in order to pursue a given course of action. Now, given that gaming addiction can be so time-consuming, with more than 40% of those who suffer from gaming disorder spending 5 to 10 hours a day gaming, the costs in terms of missed opportunities, foregone personal development, and lost productivity can be quite severe. But how does this happen? Why would anybody be willing to give up so much for so little? To understand that, we're going to turn to Abraham Maslow and his famous hierarchy of needs. This is a theory that you may have learned back in grade 10 business or grade 11 sociology. According to the theory, people will not tend to address or even recognize higher order needs until they have satisfied lower order needs on the hierarchy. For example, even something as important as safety and security won't really occur to somebody as an unmet need until that person has satisfied the needs below safety and security, which, according to Maslow's hierarchy of needs, is physiological needs, such as food, warmth, and shelter. So here's the big problem with gaming addiction. With any addiction, the body perceives the addiction as a physiological need that is never satisfied, or at least never satisfied for very long. Now, if we look again at Maslow's hierarchy of needs, we see that physiological needs is the lowest order need on the hierarchy. Absolutely everything else is above it. Thus, an addicted individual can remain stuck at the bottom tier of Maslow's hierarchy of needs indefinitely. They may gain a foggy awareness of higher order needs from time to time, but they will struggle to perceive those needs as being important enough to direct any sustained effort towards. At the end of the day, this is what makes gaming addiction so destructive. Gaming can creep into a person's life at an early age, become a severe addiction, and monopolize a person's time, energy, and attention during the time of their life when they would normally make the transition from being a child to an adult. So the addiction essentially crowds out the efforts that one is supposed to be directing towards becoming an independent, responsible, and productive member of society. People who suffer from severe gaming addiction can therefore remain dependents who need to be taken care of by their aging parents throughout their entire lives. Such a phenomenon not only affects individuals, but the family unit as well, and it also has major implications when it comes to the availability of skilled, educated, capable individuals who can participate in the workforce, and that will invariably impact an entire society.